Hello everyone, playing a little bit of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Got some gameplay for you in case you're more interested in that. For those of you who are interested, before we get to our topic, I have a YouTube channel, DSR, in which I put up these shorter videos, and my personal account, Douglas Scott Ridenbark, in which I put up streams. Alrighty then. Let's get on with it then. Well, I'd like to talk about CQB. And this is a good map to talk about it on. CQB being Close Quarters Battle, also known as Close Quarters Combat, or CQC. Alright, cool beans. Well, to my knowledge, the standard is it's fighting that takes place, whether it be hand or ranged, up to a distance of 100 meters. And this is clearly, a lot of this is under 100 meters. So I felt it was a good example. Ooh, yes, I do quite understand why a large capacity magazine would be very useful in this small map. Cool beans. Alrighty then. It has, unlike other concepts, does not have an Olympic sport attached to it, like other martial arts do, though it's more of a collection of different techniques and practices. Oh, yeah, yeah. There's definitely stuff going on. Need to be a bit careful here. Essentially, CQB how it teaches you, in a lot of cases, how to deal with individuals like myself. Tucked in a nice little corner, waiting for you in a room somewhere, or in this case, a shipping container. You gotta get us out somehow. And currently in the match, the enemy team seems to be having trouble doing that. Oh dear. Oh yes. Why does it spawn you out in the open like that? I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Oh, this is a nice little container for doing such. Just control this little runway through. Cool beans, cool beans. There are a number of schools and places you can go in order to learn CQB, and the techniques are very useful, even in playing this game. For the example, room clearing, which is one of the topics usually covered. Clearly, they do not know how to clear this room. If they knew how to clear this room, I probably wouldn't be in here racking points up. Oh dear, oh dear. Now I get to bring in a VTOL. Not particularly fair on this map, but it works. Cool beans. Cool beans. It usually takes place with knives, bayonets, pistols, shotguns, submachine guns, carbines, which is its own topic. Short barrel rifles are also quite popular for CQB. Oh dear. Although in this match I am currently using thermite grenades, I would not recommend generally people trying. Yeah. Alrighty then, gotta clear this out over here. Oh dear, oh dear. Let's see what's going on, shall we? CQB training is performed by the military, various law enforcement, and some criminal groups have also. Includes everything from martial arts, practicing armed and unarmed combat, and rifle techniques. Alright, cool beans. Let's see how well I did in this match. Oh dear, oh dear. Not too bad. Well, we're back. And things are not particularly going well this match. Not only should you be trying to clear the corner in front of you, you should also keep the corner behind you fairly clear. It is generally not a good idea to bring in a artillery strike right on your position, but if it works, let's move around here, throw a gas grenade. Frequently used as an implement in CQB situations is things such as tear gas, not to mention flashbang and various other stun grenades. The goal of someone practicing CQB is to clear facilities of individuals such as myself, who are in a nice little corner waiting for you. Also, how to engage when things have gotten close enough you can't particularly say it's ranged quite at all. As previously stated, I think the standard is no greater than 100 meters. Frequent practice is to throw a stun grenade, or in this case a gas grenade, into a room before you enter, and then enter rapidly, clearing all spaces. There are a number of quality places you can go to learn these techniques. However, although many of its principles cannot be applied to the game, there are a number of small maps like this in which I believed it would be a good example. Oh dear, definitely stuff going on. Go beans, go beans. Body armor can be quite important in such situations, although you can't adequately control everything that's going on. To be honest, I never truly understood why individuals would like particularly large magazines for CQB, but it actually makes a ton of sense. For example, this game continues suppressive fire, even relatively at short range. Also, you don't have to reload quite as often, so it can be advantageous in short-range circumstances. It'd be rather unfortunate if you're trying to reload while someone's rounding the corner to come say hi, and in not a particularly friendly way. Oh dear, that was a double. Oh, thank you for that triple kill. You should always be grateful when people giving you free points. Quite low on ammo. This is not a good situation. Pistols are frequently trained with to use in these circumstances as well, and make quite a bit of sense. Want to grab some more ammo here? Oh dear, And no, I go down. In these circumstances, you can expect that things are pretty much decided within the first second or so, couple of seconds, sometimes less. It's always good to find angles such as this, where it is difficult for them to see you, but you can clearly see out, not only around your immediate corner, but down a hallway that leads to it. In this case, the corridor between these shipping crates. Go beans, go beans. Let's hold this position. Back here we are quite concealed. However, they can see in, and I was caught reloading. There go why I prefer the 50-round magazine. This map is one of the few maps where you can get any reasonable idea of what CQB is, although it is applicable to other modes and maps. Although at times, shipment is just simply pure chaos. Which in quite a few cases, if you've ever experienced any CQB training, or done any drills, unfortunately, they can't quite understand that they can descend into those circumstances rather quickly. Alright, yeah, suppressive fire and move on. You have to be... It's best to use a team, but if you have to do it on your own, it becomes substantially more difficult. Each team member covering a particular avenue of approach or angle that needs to be covered. I guess that is also avenue of approach. My apologies for the slip of the tongue. Now we need to go acquire this headquarters, but from the position it is in, they can control all access routes fairly easily, while keeping themselves covered. Meaning, unless we approach through the center, which is easily controlled as well, in all likelihood we won't be able to take this base. If we can, it's only because we've clearly successfully removed them from their positions. Oh dear, let's see where they're going. Nowhere good, because they're headed my way. Only 21 left. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, I tried, and I failed. If you know you're in a disadvantaged position, it may be best not to engage at all. The question is how concerned about your K&D in the game. Oh dear, oh dear. I do not recommend using hip-fire techniques in CQB, but it can work in the game, so that's why I use it. Never forget to fully communicate with your team, although in this particular case, I cannot, as I'm filled in a lobby with randoms. However, in real life, if you can be on a team, it is best to train with them quite a bit. Get your friends, take some training courses, or there are materials you can buy online that can teach you and your friends techniques to train on your own, so that they can be used to, say, property protection, in the case of the home or any outbuildings, depending on where you live. That person was clearly not very observant, as they just simply walked out a door without any consideration of anyone around that corner, which could easily house someone. If you can't see them, that does not mean they cannot see you. Alright, moving on up. Now, if you're going to be using a stun grenade of any kind, or an actual one, of a lethal variety, if you get caught in the middle of throwing it, it can be quite hazardous for your own team, as you can potentially drop it. That's in the case of the real-world scenario. If not, you just simply go down in the game. Alright, let's take care of this. Short barrel rifles for civilians have increased in popularity for CQB training, for those who can afford to do so, as it can be quite expensive for quality places. So if you have friends or other individuals you can trust to train with, you may want to invest in buying written or video material online from a quality source to train with. Oh dear, there's clearly stuff going on in this match. As previously stated there, if you're going to be using any sort of thrown implement, be careful to note that just like if you're caught reloading, if you're caught mid-throw, you are an open target. So best not to do it in the open. But if you're going to, do it just before you round the corner. Now we've cleared this, so I'm going to come back in here. As you can see, they're clearly running by this open space in this container. In doing so, they exposed themselves. But then I ran out, immediately exposing myself to fire from multiple directions. Well, this video is getting close to the end, so before we finish out, I got a channel, DSR, on YouTube where I do these shorter videos and commentary of other kinds. Also have a second account, Phyllis Scott Rivenbark, just my personal account that I put on streams. Just wanted to talk about a neat little concept. And, well, while I play, well, thank you for your time, and I guess I'll be seeing everyone around.